when it comes to taking off smoothly, that's going to be relevant here, and it's going to be relevant here, so that when we get there, you got it down. That's why that's exercise number 4, highest failure rate right there, and not number 1, right? It's because this is the skill most people have a problem with. But keep in mind, this is the most important thing we're going to do today. This is the foundation to everything else. Being able to start and stop this bike, because it takes all of your skill to do it. You're fully involved. Like I said, every now and then you might get a little bit of assistance with stuff working out, but for the most part, it's all on you, right? So it's the difference between painting with a roller and a fine paintbrush. That's what this is. That's what we're doing here today, period. Okay, so when I say take off smoothly, sounds easy enough. If I open the clutch smoothly, I should take off easy. Yeah, theory. But sometimes, remember I told you guys before, some people open the clutch and start feeling falling immediately. How do you deal with that? Clutch, right? But here's another way, because sometimes you might say clutch, but you don't have a lot of space. Everybody here familiar with open close? Anybody not familiar with open close? All right, good. Open close is referring to your clutch. So, and we're gonna do that later on in an exercise too. Everything we're doing out here are variations of open close. If you start out opening your clutch and closing it quickly, all you're doing is getting the motorcycle past that falling feeling right away. Open, close, and then I can kind of work it out, all right? And then when I feel like I need it again, open, close. It's very quick. If I open it too long, it's gonna give me too much. I don't need all of that, depending on the circumstance, all right? So I already told you that when you start your motorcycle, you should see very little compression in the front suspension. Or should I say bounce, because when you start, it's going up. Open, close, you're gonna see the suspension go up and come right back down. So the first thing I'm gonna do is show you how it should look when you start out smooth. First gear, cover the rear brake, reload, clutch, foot up. All right, now you see as soon as I went to move, my bike's going to the left. Why is it going to the left? No, because it's falling. Right from the start, it's falling. If your bike is ever turning a way you don't want it to turn, it's falling. It's the beginning of the falling process. So how do we deal with falling? Clutch. So if you address that right away, your bike will straighten out quicker. So if I want to address that right away to make sure that doesn't happen, open, close. Reload. That's it, open, close. Now I'm past that. Here's the other thing that's gonna make this a little bit easier for you, and then we're gonna get into it. Your clutch. A lot of people, when they're not using the friction zone, they pull the clutch all the way in. And then when they need the power, they gotta go find it. That process of going to find it wastes time and gives people stress, because if it's one of those moments where you know, I just need to open my hand, and you do that, but you ain't there yet, or you're not there enough, that's when you put your foot down and you give up. So what I do, or at least on this bike, all of my bikes really, but at a certain point on your bike, your muscle memory, you're gonna know where your friction zone, where your hand, how it feels when it's right before the friction zone. That's where I want you to try to live today, right before it. So whenever you need it, boom, 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 nice and easy. So when I'm doing that quick open, close, I'm not doing it from the clutch all the way in, I'm doing it right before the friction zone, open, close. The smaller the movement I have to make, the better.